social media is also talking about like men have to make so much money. They have
Yeah.
to they have to be 6 foot. I literally I was on a few dates and the first thing that came up on the topic was what do you do? How much money you make?
Isn't
I'm
it like
like,
you want to be
what?
like
What's going on?
you're not so great either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you want
What's
to be like,
going on?
where
Like, I
are
think
you
it automatically-
I'm like, I'm okay. I'm a salesman and I make this much money a year. But then she's like, and I asked her, and she just goes off subject.
This,
I'm like,
this triggers, Evan. This happened
Oh,
on
all the time.
whatever date this
All the
happened
time.
on. I've heard this like 8 times. This
yeah.
literally
I
has
just
scarred
can't
this man
believe
emotionally.
And I also don't think it just goes, it's not just beneficial to young men, it's also beneficial to young women because, like, growing up with him, you respected that I was a girl, but you didn't necessarily treat me like a fragile girl. You know what I mean? Like, he
Right.
made sure I knew. I remember we had to get our deck replaced, and he's like, go out with the contractor and learn how to build a deck. And I'm like, Dad, I'm never going to have to do this in my life. You know what but he's like, I want you to be self-sufficient in case you want to do one. Then he's making me and my sister throw cinder blocks in the dumpster until we missed and it almost hit our face. Then he's like, oh my God, if you break your face, I'll never be able to marry you off. Like, we're done. You don't have to do this anymore. So that was how we got out of it. But like, you know, he taught me how to do so much stuff. And it was like to teach me how to be independent, but still respect a man and what his role is. And so I'll always be okay no matter what. So I'll never feel trapped like in a bad situation, but at the same time to respect something like that. So I think too, that's also what we're talking about, all the stuff that's missing in with men or like how they're kind of led astray nowadays. I think women are too, because they don't have that as well.
Well, so I have a 16-year-old daughter, and she's lived with her mom for the majority of her life.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. And we're at the point now where she's year and a half out from graduation of high school, and unfortunately, like, found out at the beginning of this year, like, she's not necessarily on track to do what she was expecting. Her mom's allowing her to homeschool 100%, and she's creating a lot of bad habits. Like, oh, I got up and did my classwork, but then I just slept for 4 more hours, and then I'm going to work, but and that's what happens when the father's not in the household, because there's certain aspects of staying at dad's house means like, no, I don't get to sleep all day. I have chores. I have things, responsibility. I can't necessarily do this, or I maybe not get this, and that's missing. And unfortunately, at 16 years old, like, I would be like, sweet. I wouldn't be like, oh, darn, I missed discipline and like all that stuff. You know what I mean? But how much do you think the absence, so obviously social media plays a big part in all this. Would you guys all agree?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
How much do you think the absence of alpha male is actually because relationships with an alpha male don't necessarily go that well with the average woman today, because she doesn't want to follow his lead. She wants to do her own thing. Or maybe instead of him saying, hey, this is what we're going to do today, now she wants to argue with him about what it's doing today, because of the fact on social media, everything's telling the woman like, oh, don't just listen to your husband. Like, you need to, have a voice.
But I think you need. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Social media is also talking about like men have to make so much money. They have to. They have to be 6 foot. I literally was on a few dates, and the first thing that came up on the topic was what do you do? How much money you make?
Isn't it like you want to be like,
what's going on?
Like, you're not so great either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
you want
What's
to be like,
going on?
where
Like, I
are
think
you
it automatically-
I'm like, I'm okay. I'm a salesman and I make this much money a year. But then she's like, and I asked her, and she just goes off subject.
This,
I'm like,
this triggers, Evan. This happened on
all the time.
whatever date this
All the
happened
time.
on. I've heard this like 8 times. This
yeah.
literally has
I
scarred
just
this
can't
man
believe some of
emotionally.
the
But
expectations of women.
I can't
Then my
even
friend got-
imagine what that must be like dating.
Oh, it's
horrible.
crazy.
It's horrible. And then I have 2 friends getting divorces because their wives are the board of the relationship. I'm like,
They're what?
The board of the relationship.
Oh,
Like, literally, he's a mechanic. Works like 55, 60 hours. He comes home, he's tired. And he just wants to sit at home and watch some TV before going to bed or watching the news and stuff like that. Well, she wants to go out and have a few drinks. He's like, I just worked like 12 to 14 hours a day. So you think I'm going to go out and drink and get up at 5 a.m. And I've seen them argue constantly. I'm like, I'm walking out. I'm going home. Have you guys have fun.
Well, I think one thing that I've noticed over the years, you have to be a team.
Yes.
100%.
Or you're playing for the same team and realize, like, dumb example, but an example. Last night, our Toby decided he had to go out and go to the bathroom. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I would have loved to just go.
yeah.
But I go, you know what? She did stuff all day long. I'm going to get up and go do it. And I know tomorrow, if for some ungodly reason Titan gets up in the middle of the night, she'll get up and do it.
Right.
Because it's, you help each other out. Where I think that's missing sometimes. It's always like, well, you're supposed to take care of me. Well, no, we're supposed to take care of each other.
True. It's a group effort, 100%.
What do you think? Like, we know that social media or all media is an impact. What do you think about as a retired educator? What do you think about the education system as an impact on? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I found out how to trigger Greg. So
Oh,
this is
yeah.
good.
You got triggered right now.
Yeah.
You know, I laugh because, just as an example, I would ask different questions. Like when I was teaching, are you for higher taxes, lower taxes? Are you for the government telling you what to do or not telling you what to do? Blah, blah, blah. Just going down the list.
Yeah.
And it's funny, once again, most of my kids were black. And they were very shocked to find out most of them are Republicans, conservatives. And I'm like, don't you understand how people try to get you pigeonholed and to believe in a certain way? Like, we're guys, we're supposed to do this, do that. It's like always called think for yourself. Where I think today's education tries to shove too much stuff down your throat. Like, and once again, if you don't want to go on this, let me know. But just like with this transgender, I have nothing against them. But when you turn 18 years old, if you want to do it, you're old enough to vote, drink, and get drafted. Go ahead.
Yeah.